Good evening, City Council. My name is Tim Beeman, Assistant Director of Public Works, here to discuss the update on mobile car washing regulations and enforcement. The recommendation is that the Public Works and Transportation Committee receive and file a report on mobile car washing regulations and enforcement. A little bit of background. The City of Oxnard operates under a regional Phase 1 Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System, or MS4 permit. The regulatory requirement for communities with populations over 100,000 or more. The MS4 permit is designed to protect our waterways and minimize the discharge of harmful pollutants. And mobile car washing can be classified as commercial and non-commercial, and each with its own set of regulatory requirements and enforcement actions. The Oxnard MS4 permit outlines exempt and non-exempt stormwater discharge activities in Section 3B on page 13. And under this section, non-commercial car washing is classified as an exempt activity. So that's if someone is washing their car in their own home. Now, commercial mobile car washing activities, however, are non-exempt and unable to discharge into the stormwater system. So commercial entities must capture the wash water and discharge at a legal point of disposal. This is part of the permit itself on non-essential non-stormwater discharges. The following non-stormwater discharges are exempt from the discharge prohibition, and that's dewatering of lakes, landscape irrigation, dechlorinated swimming pools, swimming pool spa discharges not otherwise regulated by the NPDES permit, dewatering of decorative fountains, and here the non-commercial car washing by residents or by a nonprofit organization, and then street and sidewalk wash water. This is directly from the permit itself and its required conditions for conditionally exempt non-stormwater discharges. So it's implementing of best management practices, BMPs, and ensure the discharge avoids potential sources of pollutants in the flow path to prevent introduction of pollutants prior to the discharge of the MS4 and receiving water. Minimize the amount of water used by employing water conservation practices. So this is automatic turnoffs for the nozzles, kinking the hose, turning off the hose while not in use. Encouragement of the use of biodegradable and phosphate-free detergents and non-toxic cleaning products. Where possible, wash cars on a permeable surface where wash water can percolate into the ground, so it's gravel or grassy areas, and then empty buckets of soapy water or rinse water into the sanitary system. This is from our city ordinance. The City of Oxnard ordinance further specifies discharge prohibitions and requirements under Chapter 22, Article 12. And the commercial and industrial operations are prohibited from discharging into the storm drain system and must dispose of wash water to a legal point of disposal. The sewer is an example. Also part of the Oxnard ordinance with best management practices. Minimum BMPs for mobile car washes are full containment under and around the vehicle being washed, capture of all water used in the washing operation, and hauling of the captured wash water to a legal point of disposal. For enforcement, code compliance inspectors respond to complaints regarding car wash and other unpermitted vendors. Although several challenges to effective enforcement persist due to a number of factors, including lack of code compliance authority to compel identification from vendors, which is necessary to issue an administrative citation. Code compliance cannot compel a vendor to leave their location. And also vendors who leave and return a short time later due to their knowledge of limited staff resources for follow-up visits. The enforcement continued. When a mobile car wash vendor does provide identification, the staff can issue an administrative citation for the following. So under the city code with permits and also with the city code chapter 22 for water, a mobile car wash full capture containment that was discussed earlier, and discharges from mobile auto washing where runoff can actually be verified. Enforcement of regulations pertaining to unpermitted car wash vendors can require the involvement of multiple city departments, which can include the police department, the ability to compel identification, calm aggressive vendors, and to address trespassing when the private property owner has authorized them to do so. With code compliance, staff trained to enforce all aspects of city code and track cases, and staff authorized to issue citations. From Public Works Technical Services, which are the subject matter experts regarding unpermitted discharges into the storm drain system. And then billing and licensing staff, which is department has full-time code inspector to address licensing issues. For the financial impact, there is no financial impact to the receiving and filing of this update. And this concludes the presentation.